go ahead and see if we're live on. Oh, yes, no, we're not. All right, cool beans. All right, cool. All right, we're there. All right, like it, like it, like it. All right. Okay, cool beans. Let's get rolling and let's get. Oh, it didn't even show up in the link. Oh, no, I had the other link. Okay, good. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Okay. We're on Zoom. We're going over the information. All right. And on top of that, let's see what we got to share with. Let's share the screen. And we are sharing this one right here, I believe. Yes, we are. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Awesome. All right, folks, we are here. We're rolling and everything else like that. I'd like to go ahead and say good evening to all of you. Tonight's going to be a little different. We have some questions and answers that we are going to go be doing. And then on top of that, we're also going to go ahead and um, have just some also teaching and learning. One of the things we're going to do tonight is also I'm going to kind of go over for everyone, even if you've been around or not been around. I want to go ahead and say that, hey, well, I'm going to give you step by step when you get your company started. So that's what I want to go. That's what I'm going to be doing. So most of all, I just want to say and let you know is that it is here for you to go ahead and really start rolling with it so you can actually begin to see what we're doing. So one of the things I want to go ahead and say with you is welcome aboard. We're glad to have you here. And most of all, what I want to say is thank you for being here. All right, tonight's going to be a little different, but I'd just like to go ahead and say to you is welcome aboard and thank you for being here. One of the things, the reason why I say open is because of the fact is we're open tonight talking regarding the corporate credit. Even if you want to call tonight, you can. Tomorrow, we're going to have a special class as well for you folks on Monday at the same time. We're going to do a special one probably at the same time or maybe earlier. We haven't broadcasted yet, but I'll let you know. They'll let me know at the end of this, okay? Tomorrow's going to be special, which means it's going to be in the Zoom room. We're going to send the links out to Facebook and also to YouTube. It'll be in the Zoom room, and this is where we're going to help you structure and assist you structuring your corporate credit and everything like that. We're going to have you structure corporate credit to where you can go ahead and on top of that, get yourself strategize yourself where you can go ahead and begin to move your company to a different level. Now, the reason why I say that is because of the fact is what I want to let you know is that you do have the power to go ahead and make a difference in your life. See, what we do here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, we have different ways to have you work and share. So I just want to let you know that you do have the ability to go ahead and have things work for you. So what I just want to let you know tonight for yourself again, tonight is about you. It always is about you. So I just want to make sure that you do understand that what is going on is that we are here to go ahead and make sure that you have all the abilities that you can to be successful in 20 and 21. Now, there's a couple of things that I've talked about before, and before I go to the next slide, I just want to let you know that some of the things that I've talked to you before regarding corporate credit and business credit, which is the same, I just use the term, and also when I talk about tax ID, it's the EIN and the DUNS number, okay? So I just want to let you know that one thing is that what's important is what is that the most important thing is that you want to know is that the stuff really works. Now, here's one thing I want you to think about. Through the last year, the COVID-19, I know some of you listening out there weren't ready for it. You were not ready for the sweep. Again, I talked about Muay Thai, about how you sweep a lot, and I like that. And you might have an idea why I say that, because I've been swept plenty of times, and that's also what I like, that martial art, and that's what I've studied here for a little while. Now, sweeping someone is one of the best things. If you can get that down packed, boy, it is very powerful. I don't care how big you are, the sweep will take you. But now here's what I'm saying. This is what the COVID-19 is not prejudiced against anybody on this planet. It doesn't care. It just does not care. Now, I've lost some people, a close friend of mine, I lost someone there. Someone in my family has it now, my younger sister. Um, and she has it again. Okay, again. This is not the first time. This is again. And then there's some close friend on my wife's side that has it as well. And it's just like, and then her friend, it doesn't. These people were fine, then all of a sudden, bam. And I'm telling you, folks, it's not a pleasurable thing to have a short breath. No matter how big and strong, and I'm going to tell you what a doctor said to me: if a person has a healthy cardio, they usually have a better chance because, again, at any age, because the cardio keeps your lungs, exercising and working it. So that's just what I know. All right. So now, since we know all about this, 2021, who are you going to become in 2021? What are you going to do? Some of you are saying, God, I can't wait till this over, 2020 is over. Why? Why can't you wait till it's over? Are you kidding me? Who are you going to become now? What do you have set up that's going to go ahead and create that you're successful in life in the way you want to be? So what I'm saying to you, what plans have you done? What plans have you done to make sure that you are in a place to be ready to be successful? Now, here's some things I want to give you something that I forgot. I don't really know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to mess it up. But Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, that's what I'm going to tell you there. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Well, let me tell you, on Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he said something way back in the late 80s and then somewhere in the 90s. I think it was in the 90s. And I was already in the corporate credit building anyways back in 1985. All right, so now, here's the thing. He said something that didn't make sense at first to the public, and he got ridiculed for it from a lot of people. And a lot of people, meaning like the average person or people who are kind of working their way up to, making $1 million. He said millionaires don't work. And that makes a lot of sense if you think about it. Because see, here's what a lot of people do. They go to work, they come home with the leftover money they get from the plantation owners. They go ahead now, have the leftovers to go ahead and pay their bills, try and attempt to save a little bit, and to go ahead and try to make it on their own. All right. Now, when they try to make it on their own, there's nothing really left over. So they're still working, or they're working 2 or 3 jobs to hope they can go ahead and save some money. Also, I'm going to say something also crazy about saving money. If you're saving money, you're really a loser. Let me clarify when I say you're a loser. I don't mean you personally. You're losing money when you save money in a bank. You're going to get what? Maybe 1%, 0.5%, maybe 2% now, maybe 3 someplace if you're lucky. All right. I'm going to tell you, think about that. Inflation's higher than that. You can go ahead and have $100,000 in the bank right now saving. In 10 years from now, it's only going to be worth $74,000. All right. So saving money is not going to get you anywhere. This is what I mean by millionaires don't work. Millionaires use the money. Millionaires, even have $1 million or more, they're using that money, and the money begins to work for them. All right. It begins to work for them. They're letting the money work for them. So they work less and manage so the money works for them. And this is what I mean by people that save money in the bank are losers, not losers because of who they are as people. So don't take it that way. I'm saying you're losing because you really, they don't tell you this. You're going to, in 10 years, I don't care if you're 27 years old, you put 100 grand in the bank, you're going to lose. You're losing money. You've got to understand the principle. This is the reason why I've told you the money reset. Go Google it, whatever you want to do. The money reset's going to happen. It's happening already if you haven't noticed. Another thing I want to let you know, one of your best ways as we talk is learning how to go ahead and have corporate credit. Corporate credit is going to be the saving grace due to the fact that since you have not been trained, some of you, what it is to have business credit. Business credit is easy. It's just like you're going to run a business, whatever it is. Even if you don't have a business idea yet, get the credit set up, get your credit scores in place so you can move. For some of you that have been building credit, and you just can't get those credit lines for $250,000, $300,000 with no tax returns. I said again, with no tax returns. All right. How about getting, like if you got 5 credit lines, all right, 5 credit lines, all right, 5 credit lines for $50,000 a piece at 5 different places. Would you care? It's $250,000, isn't it? So I want to really let you know is one thing about this is that when you build your corporate credit or business credit, your personal credit was never meant for you to go ahead and use to establish yourself. It's meant for, again, emergencies. And I'll talk more about that later. The reason I'm saying a lot of this stuff up front tonight is I want to let a lot of people understand for yourself. Here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, everyone else can tell you the same thing. They can tell you, but I promise you, you bring me what they showed you about daisy chaining. There's only one company that I do know that probably does the daisy chaining and does it just as well as we do, and that's it. There's nobody else out talking about it. You never hear about these other people talking about it. They're good at what they do on the basic surface. They're telling you how to get all these cards on one corporation, which is the most dumb thing to do, which means this right there. Corporate Credit Blueprints needs to have their own credit. And then it brings it down to the children, which I'll show you later. This is where your power comes from, because you never want to do business with a corporation that you are building credit to. You always have a line of defense. We talked about what a line of defense is. I even showed you how the United States have set up their line of defense. I even showed you the United States is an ink. It's not a it's not the United States that you've been told or you think it is. This is the reason why Congress is able to do what they do. And if you don't pay attention, go Google some Congress rooms where they can see where the Senate votes on something. Then they say resolution 900 or resolution 1342. We adopt this blah 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 blah. Folks, this is why our corporation is more important. I even sent the link out to two of my people regarding also the corporate credit. All right. They sent out the thing for corporate credit, which means they sent out what they did send out. I sent the link to them that showed them about the situation about LLCs. I sent them a thing from an attorney. Okay. An attorney said it, and I'll see. In fact, my technician's in the room. If you can put the link on the chat room for me in here so I can see it, I'll even tell you what the link is. And then we'll put it later on in the Facebook and on YouTube as well. He spoke. I'll put the link or the message. Excuse me, not the link, but the message. The message will be on there. What he said. He tells us that I keep saying to folks that LLC is not fully protected. It really isn't, especially when you go to these places that charge you $99 and they'll set it up. You know, they don't really set it up to where you're protected fully. And it's hard to protect an LLC fully because when I used to go ahead and go back in the early 90s, 2002 and 3, I used to go sometimes, I go as an expert witness for regarding LLCs, okay? And an LLC, I could go ahead and tear it apart, and then now attorneys began to pick up on it as it went on. I understand because it's related to, if you think about it, you've got to go to an LLC and then go to a sole proprietor. Sole proprietor applies, and LLCs, they have the same thing because guess what? Who's a managing member? It's an individual. It's an individual. Right? And I even told you folks how to go ahead and do it months ago, how to go ahead and have an LLC if you really must have one. But there's a company you want to have first structured in place for it. I'm going to tell you, you want a corporation, have the corporation create the LLC. And then once you do that, then the managing member is going to be who? It's not going to be you. It's going to be the corporation. But here's the challenge. Do you know what documents you need? See, I'm not here to be your attorney. I'm not here to be your financial person. I'm not here to go ahead and be your CPA either. I tell you, I have a real good CPA, actually two of them. And the lady's really good. She's loud. The lady's loud. And she's so awesome. And so with that said, one thing, like I was talking about the LLCs is that most new internet businesses, vendors, are searching for the least cost administration online to record the articles of association with the Secretary of State and enlisted, with Secretary of State and enlisted specialists, an inquiry and an EIN, which is, tax ID. And then with the tax ID, all right, the sort of recording, which is very basic on the web, gives no insurance from the IRS or likely lawful issues. Again, most new internet businesses, vendors are searching for the least cost administrations online to record articles of association with the Secretary of State and they enlisted someone that's considered a specialist and acquiring an EIN or tax ID number. Okay. This sort of recording, which is very basic on the web, gives no assurance from the IRS or likely the lawful issues. You guys have no protection from the IRS. I'm telling you, the IRS loves LLCs because they gobble you up. Google, fact checkers, please, out there tonight. If you're a fact checker and says, I don't believe this, or you're someone that's like Google savvy or a fact checker savvy and say, oh, but check, man, check. I'm calling you out to check. Because a lot of you that have not answered some things I called you on to go ahead and check, why not check me? I'm perfectly cool checking me. Educate me. Educate me. Tell me I'm inaccurate on what I'm giving you. I loved when someone tells me I'm inaccurate, because if I am, I'm willing to say, cool, I'm willing to learn. How do you think I learn a lot of stuff? Not because I just do it. I go talk to people. I say stuff. I call certain attorneys, or guess what? I call, who else do they have? They have those people that look up stuff for them. All right. Also, I call the other agencies to go ahead and talk about this, talk about that. Some won't say too much because, hey, I can't tell you all about this because blah, 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 blah. Even there's some banks that won't even tell you some of their inner stuff, but yet it's on the line. It's on the web. It's crazy. All right. So what the attorney, Lee is his name, cautions against those $99 online LLC bundles. Does he? Well, he cuts through a lot of the short time. And this is what the same thing. That's why I always highly suggest the C Corp. Is it more paperwork? No. You just got to follow them. It becomes more paperwork when you do not the paperwork. So when you don't actually complete the paperwork, it becomes more paperwork because you got to do now current and past. All right. And then you got to tell yourself, which is good, in the meeting you failed to do it, but you're doing it now. You slapped your own hand. You won't do it again. That's perfectly fine. There's a title for that, but it's called a resolution of oversight. I just gave you a bomb. I just gave you $10,000 resolution title. All right. And what to say in it, you have to talk to your attorney, or you can buy them from us and then take it to your attorney just to review it. So in a short time in a court and pursues the individual without failing, that bit of paper gives no assurance at all. And all I can say is that he goes in the courts and he just tears them up. And also, Lee is an attorney and a U.S. High Court counselor. So this is what I'm talking about, folks. A lot of people do not have the stuff set up to protect them properly, and that's one of the most important things you want to begin to understand. We make sure we set that up for you so you can go ahead and be protected. I'm not joking when I say that, because I understand that. I got myself in a mess for the IRS situation before, and I'm telling you, and I had a business partner that did something goofy on that, and it's like, you know what? He was willing to go ahead and blame everyone else but himself, and all the fingers pointed at him anyways. So I just want to let you know is that we're here for you. Now, here's when I say the top 10 myths. Top 10 myths. There's myth about some people saying you have to have $100,000 in the bank. All right, let me go over this with you, folks. That's not true. That is not true. There's a level at a time and place. There's a time and place you will need it. There's a time and place you will need it. But in the beginning, and if you're going to follow some of the structure we're telling you, strategies, a lot of these strategies, some of your Fortune 100 companies follow. Some of the Fortune 500 kind of follow it, but your 100 follow it more. Like Amazon, Bezos, okay? Walmart, Sam's, Microsoft, Apple, all right, just to say a few of those, all right? They're the ones that follow a lot of the strategies, and a lot of these strategies is where this comes from. It's not that it's not for any corporation, but it's for you who really want to know. There's a lot of people out there that talk about certain things, and they're good. Like, don't tell you. You got some corporate credit people out there that are good at doing the real firm basics, but they never talk about how to give you a line of defense. They never tell you how to daisy chain. They never tell you how to mirror. They never tell you how to go ahead and copy your credit, your corporate credit to another corporation. They never tell you how to, even if your corporation fails, whatever good pieces you have, you can take the good pieces and move it over to another company and save the good pieces. They don't even give you the structure how to do that so you don't panic. There's a lot of people, in fact, I know this for a fact because last year, which is not too far ago, I was calling some people and talking to them. And when they had the really the lockdowns, I called the most back in April and May and March. When March hit, I couldn't believe the panic these people were just freaking out, especially when they say, we're going to close it down, we're going to do this. By the way, that is coming. That closing down, listen, please listen. I don't care who you voted for. Please listen to this. It's going to happen after January 20th. You watch between the middle of February to the middle of March. It's going to happen possibly for 4 to 6 weeks. There's some strategy they have in the plan. I don't understand what it is yet. I haven't gotten the details on it, but I will get the details on it. But I just want to let you know, you've got to be prepared for this. They're going to shut everything back down to where you can possibly have drive-throughs and takeout only. If you have to go to the store, they're going to be hours, okay? But it's going to be, they're going to shut down a lot. That they're killing business. In fact, let me give you some information. There's 100,000 businesses that went out of business last year that will not exist anymore. There's 160,000 businesses that are were closed and are open, but some of them won't make it. So it's still going to be about 160,000 total when it gets done. Then you got to go take there's what's the rule, R6 and R3. R3 is like for the unemployment. I believe it's R3 if I remember right, but it's 3 and 6. 6 tells you the total number of unemployment. The 3 tells you only what's current, because after 4 weeks, the people that were unemployed fall off. This includes the people that owns a beauty shop or someone who owns a private bar or something. They have to go ahead and get on the unemployment. You think even the 600, now I'm not saying some of those that weren't making a lot of money. I know it was great for you for the first 6 weeks, whatever it was, till July. But do you think a business owner at what, $3,000 a month roughly, do you think that helped them out? No, they were used to doing a little more. And these are the people I'm talking to. Some bigger businesses were able to carry some stuff and carry the weight. Not only that, because they have credit. Some of you that kept dreaming and kept hoping, well, I know I'm going to make money because my business is making money, so I'm doing fine. I don't have to worry about building business credit. I don't have to worry about even my own, I'll use my personal credit if I get in trouble. Why? You never had to go through this in the first place. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of myths out there that people say, I don't need it because I have it. It's like insurance. You know you don't need the insurance, but all of a sudden when you do need the insurance, you're probably glad you do have the insurance. And for those of you that been in that point in time in your life, you haven't had insurance and something happened, you know what it is to what you need to need insurance. Folks, I'm promise you this. The information I'm giving you is really, because we've had a lot of people call. And the thing is that one thing we're always looking to go ahead and make things easier. And there's some stuff coming up along the road that we're going to do here. And tomorrow, I believe, or Tuesday this week, or by Wednesday, we'll have it completely set up. But we have a program now where you say buy now and pay later. For some of you are not able to go ahead, because all we do, our service is all up front. We offer payments before, and the thing is fine, but still. Now this one is going to be up to now that we have a servicer that will be servicing for us, but you're going to have to deal with them, not us. Also, it reports on your business credit. It'll report on your business credit. It will not be for personal. It'll be for business only. Buy here, buy now, pay later. All right, like you see for Amazon, other one, but this will be strictly for business only. Okay, it won't be for a personal nature. Also, another thing is, I want to let you know, some of you that are in other areas in life, you can go ahead and make a difference. This is the time to get yourself set up. Here's some of the things that also happens. You've got a plan. There is a problem coming up. Whoop. What I mean by that, the problem coming up, I want to let you know also, you never want to bring the pain home. This one thing we teach you, never to bring the pain home. And this is what people don't realize. Debt follows tax ID. Folks, go Google this now. I'm giving you stuff that you can Google to see how much we really care about you, because we want you to have the third-party verification. Third-party verification is the power. There's a lot of people that live in a box, all right? There's a lot of people that live in a box, and someone tells them something. Hey, this is going to happen on this particular date, but they go out and still ask other people. Those are the worst people to have around you because they're negative. They take you and zap you of your juice. Those are the ones you want to really remove from your life because they don't do you any good. Why? Because they're not willing to take you at your word, and they go behind you because they don't really have any faith. I'm going to tell you, this whole world is either you're going to walk by faith and not by sight, or you're going to walk by sight and have no faith. You're going to have to take the choice, and you're going to have a lot of bumpy roads because when you walk by sight, you're driving with a rear view mirror. You don't have your hands on the steering wheel anymore, and you have a lot of accidents. If you drive with faith, knowing that you have your hands on the steering wheel and you get to see what's coming at you, you can go ahead and maneuver. But a lot of people drive with a rear view mirror and they have a lot of accidents in life. And then all of a sudden they go, wow, man, what happened? Because you're driving with a rear view mirror, which means that you're always living in the past. You don't have no future established. And the future is, where are you going? What are you doing? How are you designing it? And who's on your team? Do you have someone that's on your team that's actually cheering you on, or do you have someone saying, "Well, I don't know if that's going to work. Well, I haven't seen it yet." Those, I'm going to tell you, those are the worst human beings on the planet. Why? They suck you dry. You ought to know that. Everyone even tells you in the Word is that even when you read the Word, I'm sorry, I will bring the Word in here. Even Christ never hung around the people that were bad influence. He just told them the stories and then he left. Why? Because you can't hang around them because they'll suck you dry. Now, on top of this, let me get off that subject. I don't want to offend anyone. I want to be PC, politically correct. All right. By the way, I don't care about that. All right. So now, the things when you want to begin to run, you don't want to bring the pain home anymore. Have someone teach you that's on your team that, hey, look it, we'll strategize it so you don't bring the pain home. So because when stuff comes this year is going to be a great year, and yet at the same time is going to be a challenging year. A great year if you have your corporate credit established. Let me tell you why. Because you're going to see a lot of the resets, and you're going to understand what contracts are. Contracts will be more powerful than this. Money, you're going to begin to understand. Remember, I said this to you. Money will become a liability, and debt will be your friend. Money will become a liability, and your debt will be your friend. Let me tell you why. Because as the money gets less value, because if you go like put $1 between now and the next 30 years, do you realize $1 is only going to be worth 20 cents? But that's the reason why you have inflation. Inflation keeps whatever you're buying for $1 supposedly at $1. But when inflation rises, you've got the next 3 years based on what's going on from the feds. This is all from the feds. Go Google this too. You're going to find out in 3 years, your dollar's going to be worth $1.20 in value. Okay, just think about that. Oh, excuse me. Let me correct myself. It's 3, 3, and 3. So the next 10 years. So it's every 3 years your dollar is going to change, and in 10 years it's going to be worth 20 cents. That's it. Worth 20 cents, not $20. 20 cents. Let me correct that. All right. So it's going to be every 3 years it's going to change the dollar, and by the 10th year it's going to be worth 20 cents, not $20. Sorry. Go check this with the feds again. So I correct myself on that. Sorry about that. But like I said, meant 20 cents. I said $20, I think. So if I did, I'm wrong. I corrected it. All right, cool. All right, so now you got to understand. That's what I mean by bringing the pain home. You want to understand, again, you're going to find out that your money is going to be a liability. I didn't say cash. I didn't say gold. I didn't say silver. I didn't say real estate. I said physical money that you have will be a liability because it's going to keep losing money. Here's one thing about corporate credit too. You realize you can go ahead and, let's say you have even $500,000 cash available. You can buy gold if you want. You can buy when it's down instead of when it's up. Buy it down because you know it's going to go up. Here's the thing. As inflation goes up, okay, it's going to change things. And right now the feds want to keep the inflation up. Do you think the feds want what happened in the 2008? 2007, 2006, where now all of a sudden deflation came, and look what happened to the housing industry. The houses that were worth 600,000 were only now worth what? 400 maybe, 450. All right, look at the $1 million homes, only worth 900. Excuse me, 700, 800, some 600. So with that being said, this is everything we prepare you for. So when it comes in, I'm telling you, here's the beautiful part of it. Because when you have your corporate credit, you don't need your personal credit, because your personal credit is going to change, by the way. That whole system is going to change on you. It's coming up. Someone even warned us about that. Oh, Mr. Mikey did on the credit channel that talks about personal credit and helps establish and get it all cleaned up. But one of the things is that he really, what he does, he said some things that I checked, and it's that new credit thing they're going to have instead of whatever is some 10. I don't know what it is because I don't deal on that side of it too much. But what I understood what he said and looked it up and had some people check it for me, it's going to change your personal credit. All I'm going to tell you is that the corporate credit won't change because the system has been designed. Remember, if you go back a month ago, I gave you a whole list and a whole lesson on the United States Inc. Corporation. Okay, the United States Inc. Corporation, and they have a DUNS number, and I gave you a breakdown of each division, and all the states have a DUNS number. The cities have a DUNS number, and the municipalities have a DUNS number, and then the people have a tracking number, which is called the SS. Right? SS. Yes, that's what it stands for. It can stand for two things, and it's both. Just remember that. It's the SS number they gave you, always tracking you. But guess what? A corporation based on the 14th Amendment became a legal person. So it has a tax ID away from you. And you can structure right where it's not your alter ego. Again, we're not here to be your attorney. We're not here to be your financial advisor. And we're not here to go ahead and be your CPA either. But I just want to let you know, this is all the stuff we learned over the years, all the stuff we're still doing with our clients. We have even clients that what they do, they come and have a corporation, they set it up, we get it all done. Some have even an age corporation, their own self company that's been there for a while with no credit on it. And then all we do is go ahead, okay, great. We get everything set up within 90 days. They can go ahead and have reporting on their thing from anywhere from $250,000 up to 1.2 million on all the bureaus, all right? So their scores are building up. And the thing is that after 90 days to 5 months, sometimes 6, depending if they miss on the cycling that we work with, it'd be 6 months, but then they can start going applying for all, in between they can apply, but now they can start applying for everything they would wish. Leases, Visa, American Express cards, all cash cards, bank loans and stuff, and so on and so on and so on. Why? Because we structure it correctly. Now, those of you that don't say, well, I don't know what to do with corporate credit, I'm not really sure. Here's what I want to say to you. You were caught before and surprised, blindsided, anything from out of left field because of the COVID. We all thought, because I did too, when I say we, now, even though I read some stuff, I still thought, this is going to go away. It'll be like the flu that we had before, and da-da-da-da-da. Well, guess what? That's not accurate. That is a bunch of boo-ha, all right? So I just want to say is this particular virus, will it be around for a while? Put it this way. Have they really got the vaccine out in time? No. Do you think the vaccine is going to get distributed properly in the way it's supposed to? No. Do you think now there's going to be a backlog on the vaccines? Yes. Think about this, folks. Go around and call around some places. Some places you want to go ahead and you'll notice, guess what? You'll notice that they don't have it, or we're out. You're going to call back, get on the waiting list. What's going on there? So this will be, now you're going to have a different kind of recovery rate. Now, as time goes on, have you gotten it? If you haven't, praise the Lord. If you did get it, that you're still here, praise the Lord. But here's the thing, you still have to prepare for the problems. There's always something that's going to go wrong, and you got to plan on it. Safety credit is the line of defense. There's two safety credit. One is going to be the business credit, and one is getting your personal credit. Get your personal credit set up. Also, another thing, there's a way, there is a way that is structured properly that you can go ahead and have a corporation, and you'll find this out in the class. There's a way to set up your company so you can go ahead and include the debt you have that you used to go ahead and build your business with before. and the CPA will be glad to work with you on that. It's a real nice setup, and it's all in the books. It's nothing crazy. There's like over 322 write-offs in the IRS rules for corporations, and how many you get as an individual. How many write-offs do you get as an individual? Those of you who want to get into the real estate, this is what I'm telling you right now. I don't care if you don't have two nickels to rub together. If you can go ahead and get into the real estate, get yourself a house to flip. So you want to start out flipping houses first to get yourself the quick money. Flip the house, quick money. Flip the house, quick money. And eventually, let's say you're flipping 2 houses a month. All right. So that's what, 24 a year. All right. 24 houses a year. But let's say you get towards the end of the year, the last 6 months of the year. Here's what you want to do. You want to be able to flip one house and save the next house, which means you save the money. So you have 6 months of money saved from the houses that you did, because you want to save enough on the first 6 houses to get yourself back together in life. And then the next 6 houses for the next 12 months, you're going to just use one house to go ahead and save. And the next one house to go ahead and pay your bills. Or you can go flip 2 houses, or flip 3 towards the end, because now you have more. Reason why I say you have more experience in 6 months of what, okay, I know what to do, understand, I know where to go. All right. Now let's say 6 months into going in the 12 months. The last 6 months of your 12 months, if you want to say, you flip 3 houses a month. You flip 2, use that to pay all your bills, and save the third one. Save the money from the third one. Now you flip 2, save 1. Flip 2, save 1. So you flip 3, excuse me. You flip 3, save 1. So flip 3, save 1, flip 3, save 1. All right. Then those who don't have a nickel to rub together, you can call us, Corporate Credit Blueprints, all right, .com, or 888-471-4252, extension 2001. Or you can call the hotline if you want. And the hotline is the hotline. The hotline is area code 614-349-8242, and ask for the real estate department. Again, area code 614-349-8242. Just ask for the real estate house flipping department or the real estate department, either one. All right. There, you can call and say, look, I can get this house under contract. Then you ask me the numbers, and I say, okay, it looks good. And that one, you don't have to worry about your scores. Say, I'd like to go ahead and I just want to flip it. All right, this is what, all right, what do you have? Okay, well, look, boom. I'll run it past my guy. As long as you know you can get it under contract, boom, get under contract, then we can go. You don't have to have the money. You don't have to have good credit. As long as you fog the mirror on this, you'll be okay, because we're taking the most of it on the house anyways. And also we include the cost of what you need to go ahead and fix the house up if there's any cost to fix the house up. So there's many ways to go ahead and do the house flipping it if you don't have one nickel, but you only wish you had 2 nickels to scrape together. We will also show you, you'll give it to us and we'll go ahead and see what we can do for you. The bottom line is you don't have to go ahead and say you don't know, you can't, where do I get the money? I'm telling you here, Corporate Credit Blueprints, we have it for you and it's called hard money, if you want to call it, but it's also private money, so we're able to do some things we can't do, but it has to be non-owner occupied. You cannot do it to own it. If it does, then we can't do it, so just so you know. This is how you also start building safety credit line of defense. When you start bringing some money in, even if your credit's bad, you don't have to worry about it, all right? Or if you don't have this, if you want to go ahead and say, well, it's a good deal, but they want to do this, and say, okay, great. Maybe we can find you someone else that has the credit that he wants to do something to do different with it. Then you can partner with them, and they'll split the profits with you for finding the house for them. I mean, there's many things we can go ahead and do. All right. Also, another thing is this: when I say plan on the problem, you start working on planning for it, which is building your corporate credit. And then on top of that, what you do is you work on your personal credit so you can have the line of defense. Here's what you're looking to do. You want all your stuff to lay on the corporation as much as you can, and you only want to be able to be in debt. Let's say you have $100,000 worth of credit. You only want to be in debt at $25,000 of that money. Why? Because you go any higher than that. I'm using 25 as a buffer, okay? Industry will tell you a different number. But 25 will always keep you safe, will keep your scores at the right height, and also your payments will also, you can afford that, because let me tell you, on $50,000, depending where you go, it's like $612. So your payments for $100,000 maybe spread out between cards might be 6 or 7 or maybe 800, depending on the interest that you have. But here's the thing: It's easier to pay $800 than to pay $1,600 because you blew $50,000. Okay. All I want to say is that we designed it so you can have you. Here's the problem we want you to have. I have a lot of corporate credit. What do I do? That's what we want you to have. All right. Now, your business name, your SS4, you're signing yourself up. You're setting what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for the line of defense, and you're never to bring the pain home. We're going to show you how you're going to do your business on the bottom. This top one that you see, your business name, I don't care if it's called Banana Inc. Banana Inc., what it's going to do, it's going to go ahead and build the credit for you. It's going to build all your corporate credit. And down here is where you're going to do your business. If you have to have an LLC, then you're going to go ahead and create an LLC down there through the corporation. Okay. If you have to have an LLC and you have to have it in your name, then you have your name down below the line. So you have a line of defense. You notice some of the classes again, if you go back about a month or so ago, you're going to see where the United States is the head. Right here, United States on top. It doesn't have anything. You notice the divisions don't have a United States one. No, it has like Texas, then it has Alabama, then it has Maine, then it has Nevada, then it has Arizona, then it has California, then it has Washington, then it has Wyoming. You don't see anywhere where it says United States Inc. division. No, that's the line of defense, folks. And then if you notice, then go down each state. Let's go to Maine. Maine has cities, and the cities have counties, and the counties have municipalities. Municipalities have the people that live in those counties. So they get the money from the people, and also from the taxes from they have in the city, and also from the state employment taxes. Some states do, not all have, like Florida doesn't have a state tax. But here's one thing I want to let you know. This way you can stop bringing the pain home. So when you have as a beginner, you can go ahead and do this. Those of you that are beginners want to know how to set up a corporation. On Monday, for sure, we are going to have a class on that. Where I'm going to go step by step. It'll be about 45 minutes to 60 minutes for sure, step by step. And it's going to be, and you need to be online. It's going to be through the Zoom. I'm not going to do it on Yahoo. I'm not going to do it on YouTube, and I'm not going to do it on Facebook. We're going to advertise. We're going to have it. So starting tomorrow, you're going to see here's a link to Zoom, and here it is. Come to Zoom and learn to go ahead how to set up your corporation, and we'll give you even where to go. All right. So also on Wednesday, for sure, officially, we're going to announce we'll have our buy now, pay now link. So those of you decide to buy, you don't have to, again, buy now and pay later. It's just like the other, like Amazon has and all the other companies have as well. All right. This particular one will be on the corporate side of it. And this one, we will go ahead and report your business credit to the vendor. So I have to, and once we find that out, then either one, it'll either be business Experian or Dun & Brad or both. That hasn't been clarified yet. But this way, you'll start building right away. Now, on top of that, guess what? If you miss a payment, we don't control it. It's in their hands, and we can't go ahead and defend you. The thing is that's why we want that, because I know before we had our own, we would report on our own, and it's easy to go ahead and do that, but it's easier now to kind of take it out of the hands. This way, no one can accuse anybody of doing anything goofy. All right, cool. Next thing is this. You're going to learn not to put all your eggs in one basket. You're not going to put all your eggs in one basket. This is why we say your corporation, then you're going to do all your divisions. Divisions can be anything you want to call it. It could be a fictitious business name. It could be a trade name, whatever it is, okay? Whatever your state calls it. That's what it's got. We just call it a division because it is a division, or it is a fictitious business name doing business as. Just remember, a DBA of you is a DBA of you, and a DBA of a division. A DBA of a corporation is the DBA of a corporation. So if your division is the DBA of a corporation, your division, guess what it is? It's a corporation because it's connected. Now, a DBA of you is a DBA of you, yet if you do it properly, a DBA of you can have a disconnect, because if you get a tax ID and a DUNS number, you start working on separating the credit from you. And then after you DBA, I say the maximum you should ever go is 24 months. And then incorporate, because you'll have the money then to incorporate. All right. This will help you build your credit. And then on top of that, all that history you built will get transferred over, folks. Real easy. So again, we'll teach you how not to put all your eggs in one basket. Again, another thing is this. We tell you, you get a business opportunity when you have a corporation, okay? Because the corporation can go ahead and build the corporate credit to become the bank, loaning out money and makes money. Remember I told you, millionaires don't work. They have the money work for them. You have to say you get a credit line up for $50,000. Guess what? You have 10 loans to loan out for 10 grand. All right? Excuse me. You have 5 loans at 10 grand. I'm thinking $100,000 because another slide for $100,000. But at $50,000, you have, 5 loans. So that's 50 grand. And it's $612.26 per month at this particular time. Now, you can do 2 years on the thing, however you want to do it, because it's be private money. You can do a 2-year loan at interest only. You can do a 2-year loan at half interest only, or whatever, however you want to design it, because it's private money. It's not coming from a lender. You can let private money all day long. Do anything you wish with it. All right. Just check your states for the interest rate rules. You can't go 18%, 18 points. I know that. You got to do it within reasonable time for the interest. But you can do interest only, which is fine. All right. And so the payment on the credit line is $600. Let's say $615. You can afford that off of one payment. Some of you blow $600 a month on the side, just blowing money at coffee, doing here, going there. And remember, there's 4.3 weeks in a month. So you're blowing about $600 right there itself. You can go ahead if you just put the Starbucks away for a little bit. If you want to go ahead and make your money, but here's what you gross. You gross a little over $3,000. You pay your credit line, so you make a net per month. Now this net per month from that before you have any other bills, okay? It's $2,400. That's 30 grand a month. I mean a year, yearly, 30 grand a year. All right. But what I mean by a business opportunity is because we built all these lines. Oh, and there's another one. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, this is. Okay. I told some people this before. I even said it on YouTube. I had someone before that built. YouTube came around. Excuse me, YouTube came around. No, Uber came around, and what happened with Uber is this. Everyone had to have a car for the Uber and so on. Then you got a car, you did Uber, you did your driving around. He got the credit. He got the fleet credit. He paid for the special program that we have available to him. All right. To him, he said, look, I want to get this done. This is my life savings. So you guys are not jacking me around. I said, no. So I'm going to get the link for you guys for Wednesday because it's really crazy. What if I told you that he has cars now because of the fleet? He has a car now and a company now that guess what it's doing? With no, okay, and let me say this again, with no money down based on what he has explained to me. And you don't have to have good credit. He said you can be a low-life varmint and still get a car to do Uber with. You go on his line, you apply for it, they'll go ahead and get the clearance to give. Everything's taken care of. The car's taken care of. The insurance is taken care of. They're able to drive an Uber, and when they do, the money's taken out of from the drive. You drive up, pick up the car, and go. And then do your route, and then you bring the car back. Now, there's some places where he does it, and he has places set up. And here's the thing. You have this, I want to give it to you. If you guys want to get in the Uber, you can go do this. This is what I'm saying. This is where now corporate credit is making the money for them. And the whole system's set up where Uber takes theirs and he gets his. And then, of course, the guy's left with his money and everyone's happy. Because, hey, I'm talking no credit check, folks. This is awesome. I'm telling you, it's a good one. I'll have it up on Wednesday. I'll get the link for you and I'll put it up there. So you guys want to go, those of you who are broke, I'll give you that. Go right ahead and just apply online. And they'll tell you right there right away, and then they'll call you up and ask you some questions. But this is what I mean by you becoming the business opportunity. He's now the bank loaning them the cars so they can make a living, and they're paying him good money to go ahead and have it done because he learned how to become the bank. This is a financial series that we have. We teach us things from A to Z, buckets of money. You versus the IRS, which means you have everything set up so the IRS can't bark at you. Okay, and if they do, you have everything set up because the CPA has it set up for you. The lady's good. Even if you're just beginning, cool. After a year, you can get a CPA, you'll be fine. Now, also this is becoming the bank. That's where you become the bank because you have something now to go ahead and lend like this. You can do this, or the car opportunity that I can go ahead and show you. All right, I'll have that up for you again on Wednesday. Tell you, it's a very brilliant what he did. What is awesome. Then on top of this, you have this, how to become the bank, buckets of money. And then again, becoming the bank is when you're lending money out. So if you have $50,000 working for you, $50,000 will make you $29,000 a year if you lend out to the right place. Now remember, I tell you, contracts are going to be worth money. Are you not going to have contracts with these people on the homes? Are the homes not worth? Now here's the thing. Remember this. Right now, inflation is going up, which means the houses were going to go up. When deflation comes, it's going to change. So you can ride the wave down with the deflation because then you can buy things because you'll have the money to buy it because you can come to us as the hard money and get it, or you create your own hard money and do it for yourself. Up to you, however you wish. So now the next thing is this. You hand out money to them and you're going to get, put it this way, it's you put out $50,000 and you lend them out to the, and there's plenty of people that are going to need it, but you just do your checking, your title check and everything else. All right. And on top of that, you now can go ahead of 10,000 you can make yourself. The company can make $29,000 or $30,000 a year. Just think you've had 100. That'd be $60,000 a year just off that money, off 100, not a million, off 100. What if you didn't have a million? Folks, I want to tell you, just think about it. This is not crazy stuff. This is stuff that's all real. It's not made up. It's not fictional. All right. Again, there are certain industries like real estate investing are flagged as high risk. That's why we don't name your business as a real estate company. But if you want, you can do it in the division and label as a real estate company. The division could be labeled as a real estate company. All right. Not your main corporate building. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that they won't lend to you, but some business will be prejudiced against because it's an investing company. And most banks will automatically turn you down because your company is operating in a high-risk industry. You want to just go ahead and remember, if you set up your corporation properly, you're going to set your corporation, which we would suggest. I'm not telling you what to do, but we suggest you would have your main corporation be under business management. Why? Are you not going to have divisions underneath you or subsidiaries or where do you want to call them that you'll be managing? Yes. So you're managing them. All right. So this is one of the reasons why I want to say that you will still, you'll be able to invest in real estate, but you want to set up your real estate company as a division, as whatever you want, LLC or whatever it is. The reason why you get your line of defense, if anything happens in the real estate end of it, you won't have to worry about it biting you. All right. And you won't bring the pain home. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. See, all we want to do is repackage your whole life. That's all we want to do. All right. And I say it's exciting stuff because here's the beautiful thing about it. You can go ahead and do it. Those again, you don't have a knuckle to rub. Go out there and go to Zillow. You can find a lot of deals there if you know what you're doing. Even if you're a beginner, look at those places for sale by owner. Look at some places that are like all beat up. Google. You can find many good real estate deals for sale by owners or people, I'm tired of this place. Whatever, you can find it. Come to us and see what's available to you. Or you find it and say, hey, do you have good credit enough so we can flip this house? Then we'll get a better, we can go get this a higher rate, like maybe 90% or 100%. 100% means this. Let's say they go ahead and you finance 80%, and the owner's going to carry 20%, and then the investor, we go ahead and tell you, okay, great. Let's say your cost is going to be, I don't know, 10% of whatever the value of the house is. So now equals 100. Okay, that's cool. You get the $80,000, and you plus the money to go ahead and fix the place up, and then pay the guy when you get done, when you flip it. I mean, there's many ways you can do this properly. All right. Okay, cool. All right, next thing I want to tell you is that the Credit Builder program is to guarantee fast approval for business credit financing to finally start growing your business. Folks, this is the year to do it. Personal credit check, cash flow, collateral, personal guarantees not required to go ahead and build the corporate credit, folks. You are going to have to, now here's the thing what people don't tell you. You are going to have to invest in your business, which means, yes, you're going to have to pay for the setup, but also there's some things you have to pay for as well. You're going to have to pay to go ahead. Most of the paperwork that we can do for you. like the corporate credit, we'll get it all printed out, set it up, send it to you, you sign it, and then we send it off for you. You must pay the filing fees, not us. We won't pay the filing fees whatsoever. Whatever fees go, whatever fees are needed, we will let you know, here's what we need to go ahead and do it. And you can go look it up on the state filing and say, oh, okay, it's true. We're not making 1 penny on the filing fees, okay? Period. All right. If you care about monitoring your business credit, then you probably have a bigger goal in mind, which means this: you're going to want to monitor your credit. All right. And that is to start and grow your business. But to do that, you need more funds, right? And that's what we're here for. What I mean by that, what we're here for is that when we monitor your credit for you, you will begin to get a free service for that for about 12 months. But then you're going to have to go ahead and start paying for it, which is like $24 a month. All right. That's where we are for that. But here's the deal. What is the Business Credit Builder program? The Business Credit Builder program is a very ingenious online software and a platform accompanied by a full service advisor team that enables you to build lots of funding to start or grow your business fast. Now, let me tell you, there's nothing else quite like it yet on the market today. All right. The system's sharp. It's very good. And it tells you what to do. And also we also get to see where you're at. Now, if we build it for you, you can go ahead and look to see where we're at. And you can say, I thought you said you're going to be over here. And then you'll say, oh, they are there. Okay. Here's the beauty about the whole thing. As we build it, you get it. As you build it, you'll get as fast as you want to go. And there's different levels, different programs. Some want to run like speed of lightning. Some want to kind of just run kind of fast. Some kind of run, I just want to run. Some people say, you know what? I just want to begin to jog a little bit. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do it myself a little bit here and there. That's cool, but not a problem. But you'll always have the training you need, live training. And some you'll get over the phone. Some you get through Zoom. All right. Even if we were to meet in person and to say we did it at a seminar, you would still get the training anyways. You get the training once a week for the ones that want to run a little slow, but the ones that run fast is twice a week. Here's the thing. In order for you really to have any money, you're going to have to fork some stuff out. There's some things like Uline, Quell, and some other places that we actually can get you your cards quicker for you. And they're gas cards with an S, okay? The reason why I like cards, at least you get to see you putting gas in your car, and you use this card this week, this card that next week, whatever it is. But you'll get the reporting done to your Dun & Brad and your business experience. That's what we want to do. For some of you to go for the super duper program, then that super duper program happens to have, anywhere from $250,000, $90,000 up to $1.2 million reporting on your business through all the bureaus, all right? Everything you need, all right? The SPFE, also your business experience, Equifax Financial, Equifax Business as well, and then also your PayNet and all these other areas that we talked about before. I even gave you a breakdown of 15 credit companies that check on businesses. So there's many things. We get those all set up, so no matter where you go, in 4 or 5 months, depending if you do something goofy in the beginning, or 6 months at the worst, you'll be able to apply. And along the road, we're applying for you. In some places we can't apply for you because you have to go in, unless we go on a Zoom together, we do it, then you give us information, we put it in, and then we apply right there, get the answer, and then we'll take it from there for you right there. So there's many things that we do for you. This is not no hype. This is not like, okay, great. It's not get rich quick. What it is get rich by putting the riches in place so you can get rich. Like I said, even $100,000, let's back up, sorry, even $50,000 will make you $29,000 in a year, all right? Are there gonna be hiccups? Of course there are. But the bottom line is you still have a contract. Let me tell you something. You can sell that contract to somebody else that will buy it for you just for the interest. See, people don't even think about this. Do they teach you the other stuff in your corporate credit place? No. There's some people who will go ahead and buy the interest from you now. And they're going to take the risk, and they have the risk for the property. And then you keep the principal. Or they'll go ahead and say, you keep the interest, I want to buy the principal. Or they say, I want to buy half of it from you. Folks, there's many things out there you can do. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's awesome. It's exciting. But anyways, all right. So our experience, we have over 27 years experience in the industry, a little more, but we'll leave it at 27 years. We decide to alter some of the directions that we've been going in. And also now we share our passion by assisting and helping you. All right. Our wrap up process is designed to empower your team, which means whatever your business team is, whatever you have in life, whatever you're wishing for, whatever you're up to in life. All I want to say to you is this: why us? Well, first of all, you'll get the business mentors, and we're here. We're here to talk to you. I'm here live every week like this on Wednesday and Sundays. But during the other 2 days of the week, which is Tuesday and Thursdays, I'm there giving something live. Something also Saturdays we have the speeches, the lightning speed people right here on the left. We have special classes on Saturday to go ahead and go over so we can get them and keep them caught up with everything they're doing. Also, another thing is this is why when it comes to as you a client, we're choosing who we work with. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really have someone that has a desire, heart that someone says, well, I know it all. If you know it all, guess what? Don't come in here and try to give me your money to prove that we're wrong. I've had people before in my life try to go ahead and come to me and pay for our seminars when we had them live, and even in between before the COVID. They would go ahead and try to pay me to go ahead and convince them that this works. And then to come to find out, they've been to other places where they paid to go ahead and prove them wrong. And how do you prove them wrong? They don't do any of the work. They're lazy. They don't want to do the work. I have people that actually have paid me a good amount of money. And guess what? They're not willing to spend $69 to have a company report on them. Isn't that crazy? Because, well, I don't need that kind of stuff, but you need to get the numbers to get your credit report. And they've been in business for 17 years. Oh, well, okay, that's cool. I even offer them even a break on some of the other stuff. And they was, no, it's all right. They were to do it real slow all of a sudden. Then we get some people that they want the business credit, but they don't want to go through the work and do all this. I have to do, and they just got lions and tigers and barrel. I can't do this. Oh my God! And I tell them, you pay me this kind of money. What is this? Yeah, so it's funny. I'm just telling you, people are weird with their money, and they make okay money, pretty good money, I would say, for people for where they're at, and yet they're willing to go ahead and throw it away. I mean, I don't quit on. I still call. I call them once a week. Hey, ready to go? I got this much for you here to go here now. Well, get to me later. I'm like, is money the issue? Because if it is, we can still go ahead and do some stuff and they paid full price up front. This what drives me nuts. So I almost want to sell them to somebody else. Here, take them, move them over. Maybe you can get them to move something, So the thing is that those people will look for that are hungry. Even though people that actually have credit, they say, you know what, I just want to really have a line of defense. I want to protect my assets. I want to go ahead and see. I have $1 million already on my corporation. You say I can go ahead and I can daisy chase some of that? Yes, we'll show you how. Of course. We'll just repackage everything for you. Repackaging doesn't mean changing anything. It just means we're going to structure it so it's like more organized in a way. Oh, okay, now I see. That's it. That's all. And the thing is, go ahead and look at that link down there. Copy down the link and go get your complimentary ebook. Just get it. It's free. Check it out. Read it. So, just want to say again, good night. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. But think before you leave. One thing before you leave. Write down the phone number. Write down the phone number. It's extension 2001. And also, for those of you that press the like button, thank you. For those of following, thank you for following. All right. We don't ask you to push any button unless you got something for yourself and you want to follow. That's cool. Why? We don't need a lot of people say because it makes you, people say, hey, well, you go ahead and slam that button and go ahead and press the bell and blah, and press the like button because it helps us, whatever it is. Okay. No, folks, they're not telling you the truth. They want to get to I think a million something or a million. I'm not sure what it is, but they want to get to a number because then YouTube pays them now. Well, I don't care about all that. What we only care about is the material. We'll always give you the greatest material you can use. And on top of that, to get more and actually get yourself a square, you got to come to school. You can register for school because it's exactly what it is. You can get yourself back into school, but this time in this school, every quarter you get done, you're making money. You have money to show for it, even if it's just corporate credit in the first 90 days. I got 50, 60, $70,000, $100,000. All right, cool. Now, whatever it is, some of you doing a super duper speed. So now you got $250,000 of credit going on your business showing, and then on top of that, now along the way we're applying for other stuff, and you get the cards, and then finally your 6 months you got fleet Visa, MasterCard coming to you, and so on and so on and so on. Folks, it's up to you. All I can do is be here and assist you. And if you don't, like I said, if you've been I've had some calls. If you've been ripped off by other companies where after you go with them for a while, all of a sudden your agent, whoever it is, disappears. They go into the witness protection program. We don't do that. We're not going to hide from you. Why? Been around too long to hide. So here's the bottom line for you. The bottom line for you is look it. Call us. Have a conversation. Because that's the bottom line. And I really don't know what else to say to you other than, you know what? May you prosper as your soul prospers. And remember this. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you. Good night and good luck.